All right. We're going to go live 2 minutes early this week. Fix this so my caterpillars can come on out. I would pluck these things since high school. So this is a farm podcast. Basically, any farmers or homesteaders are more than welcome to join us and chat live. Today, we are trying the vertical simultaneous live stream as well as the horizontal. So if anyone is joining us in the future, you can jump on over to the horizontal side, or if you want to join us on stream, more than welcome to click the StreamYard link and hop on in over there. What's up, Desert? How you doing? I'm very curious how the vertical is going to do as far as like where it places me. We'll see. It's actually got my screen on it. Screen is blocked over horizontal. Interesting. It might take a second to queue up. Not really sure. But yeah, we've been collecting maple syrup or sap this week, and had a couple days where it rained. It's raining today. Yesterday, we didn't have rain. We had rain the day before, but I went to go and dump about maybe this much in a gallon pail, or 2 different gallon pails that had about that much sap in it. And the dog's barking, and then one of my buckets went like this, so I sort of went like that to try to catch it. Stupid of me, because it was already empty. I swatted my 5-gallon pail and spilt about half of my sap. So we'll see what we have tomorrow. And I think I'm going to be doing my first round of boiling, so maybe I'll do live for that. That should be interesting. Maybe it was your end. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see. We should get more people in here tonight, because I'm doing the vertical as well as the horizontal. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Let me see. I'm messaging all my farm friends, so we shall see if anyone else is going to join. I think I got everybody. That's a farmer. Should message some of the biggest farmers in my town, see what they think, if they'll even come on here. We got 3 people. What's up, 3 people? How y'all doing tonight? Happy Friday to y'all. Anyone a farmer? Want to be a farmer? Homesteader? All of the above? An only farmer? Are you an only farmer? I'm an only farmer. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I think I've messaged everybody I can message now. We'll see what's going down. Last week was uneventful, so maybe this week will be just as uneventful. I don't know. I could be playing video games, and if you guys don't mind the heavenly light that we have going on here, we have all of our plant starts going. So we probably have about 40. Maybe, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So about 50 starts right now for peppers. You got to get peppers going up here early. Maybe I should bring like a chicken inside or a goat inside with me. Just like put it up on my shoulder. See if that'll bring more people into the stream. I bet you it would. I'd probably wind up covered in chicken crap though. If y'all don't know, chickens shit a lot. Quite a lot. That's so cool. From the StreamYard interface, you could actually put people in timeouts. You could ban them, delete their comments. That is pretty sweet. Let's see. Let's have a welcome banner for anyone that's new and coming in, even though it's only showing me that we have one person on. So we'll see how it goes. I have a hair somewhere in my face. That's annoying me. I can't find it. Use the camera. Probably just a beard hair. Let's do a banner. What's up again? Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too again. So the banner only shows for 10 seconds. I see. Interesting. I do apologize. I'm just constantly playing with the StreamYard just to see if things are ever changing, you know? We could change the style, do stuff like this or like that. Oh, wait, there's more. Oh, and there's more. That's pretty cool. I definitely like the big one. If they had like, oh, okay, that's sort of big too. That one's not too bad. What do we like, guys? We like Team Blue or Team Red? I like Team Red. I love that I could just pop the thing up. How does that look? It doesn't even show up on the vertical live, I don't think. Probably not. Team Red it is tonight. So is anybody growing their own food or doing anything like that? Canning, preserving? You guys trying to think what else could be considered homesteady? I guess anything prepping related. Do you make your own adult beverages, whether it be beer or mead, something along those lines? Tea bread. I love how I can just pop stuff up. It's so cool. Shows the picture better. So the blue and red, where is it? Style. Right. So here's red, here's blue. It's the same thing. It just changes that one little portion on the bottom. We go minimal. I think I like minimal better. Which that fine little red strip. It's an interesting one. Love that I could just like click up and just like have everything show. If anyone's just joining in, you guys could come join us, whether you're a farmer or homesteader. I want to hear about your journey. What have you done to get there? Why did you get there? Was it a life choice? Has it turned life choice into dream, into niche market? Are you building a business from it like we are? Let us know. Feel free to hop in and I can add you on. As long as you're not a spam bot or someone who's going to hurt the algorithm or rather the community guidelines. But most people that join in know the rules. Keep it friendly. How many people are here right now on the vertical portion? Let me know. Put a V for horizontal or an H for or V for vertical, H for horizontal. Make sure if you guys are just joining in, you give a like here, do some of those little bottom right hand emojis, tap those hearts. I don't know if you could tap hearts in a horizontal live. So if you're here on the vertical side, tap those emojis, hit that thumbs up, give us some boost in the algorithm if you could. Be so kind of y'all. And if you're a farmer, homesteader, prepper, hop on in. Feel free to come chat. It's quite boring talking to myself. I mean, I do it all the time, but it's okay. We're farmers and beekeepers. I have a crazy goal. I don't think I'll hit it until probably, let's see, if I can expand it at the rate that I want with my bees, probably by 2028, I might be able to get to numbers where I can go 2029 to the almond groves for pollination with my beehives. That is a crazy, insane goal. It might happen by 2030, but I think I want to try to send bees to California. It'd be so nuts if I could do it. But the paychecks are there. That's the thing. I can't on this do the heart. Oh, so you can't on the, you're on the horizontal, the widescreen one. Can you really can't? I guess you can't, right? Let's see if I go. Can I see my lives that are currently live from my studio? We can. No, you definitely can if you're on a computer. There's got to be a way on the mobile. I'm gonna check it right now. Yeah, there's a heart thing for mobile. You just got to turn it upright, and then you get the hearts down on the bottom. I'm gonna sit here and put hearts into it. See what happens. Is that cheating? Is that cheating if I'm putting emojis into my own video? It probably knows it's me anyway, so. And it did recognize my phone as another viewer. That's funny. Has anyone got seed starts going yet? If you're even a gardener? Just waiting to see the anybody pop up in the chat. Well, not the chat, but the present on here. So basically, when people join up, they show up on this stage thing. My yard's an ocean. That's pretty awesome. Can you grow anything there, though? You probably grow things in containers. We're doing good, right? How you doing? You got anything going on the homestead? Have you started seeds yet? We got about 50 pepper plants growing right now. We're starting. We started them like 3 days ago. Let's see what we have. What did Jackie get us? We have jalapeno earlies, hot pepper lanterns, shishitos, sunrise, sunsets, large yellows, lunchbox peppers, cayenne long slims. I'm trying to read all the things. Let me actually boost this up so you guys can just hear me. Orange slice something, Anaheim chilies, Sugar Rush, and Chinese giant peppers. We got lots and lots of peppers going on right now. Got to start them February up by us. And then hopefully they have a nice head start by, I think we can get them outside by like May. Usually May 10th is our frost date, last one. But technically we could get them outside probably in April and put them in the greenhouse. So that's probably what we're going to do. Bring everything out to the greenhouse in April. Starting next weekend over here. Oh, awesome, Alyssa. That is sweet. Yeah, definitely got to start everything early up here. Nice and cold winters. How many of the bees were flying over by you guys? Were all 6 of those colonies flying, by the way? Got the compost filling up. New chickens, hopefully this year. Strawberries haven't died since last year. We killed our strawberries last year. I had this netting around it, and the netting just got tore up. I hit it once or twice, maybe with the lawn tractor. And then the chickens got in there, and then even when I fixed the fence, they would hop in and just scratch around. So I'm pretty sure I have to restart our strawberry patch. Maybe one was not flying. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here we're 13 out of 15. I'm assuming maybe we'll hopefully have 13 still here, and I'm hoping for at least 4 by you guys. If we have more, great. But we're going to go straight up to like 34 colonies this year, like first week of April. It is going to be insane. Yeah, I couldn't do anything with the chickens, man. It was our older hens that get to live their life out here on the farm. So they have a spot in my heart. Except I want them to free range more so they have a chance of getting naturally selected. I wish I could listen to music on the podcast if no one's in here. I don't know if you would hear it though. That's my only problem. And I can't get copyright strikes. Work too hard on my YouTube channel for that. And if it wasn't the chickens though, ripe, it was the slugs. We had a lot of slugs. That's why we got ducks, because we didn't have a slug problem. We had a duck deficiency. Got ducks, ramped down on the slugs, but then the chickens got in. So who knows? Maybe I'll try again this year. I think I'm going to do like a vertical planter or something. See if we can get a sponsor for one of those. And just run the strawberries in a vertical setting so they're higher up. But the slugs climb everything. I would find them in the rabbit feed. They're just everywhere. They're crazy. What I'm looking forward to is getting my bees. I should have took some bees the other day in my my sting jar, but I was too busy. And then by the time I realized I should have grabbed some, they were already back into the colony. But they were flying the other day when it was 45 and sunny. Could have snagged a few for sure. Let me remember to put my shields on my game. I play Last War because I'm a nerd. If you guys don't know, my only phone game. And every single Friday that I've been doing the stream, I forget to put shields up, and it's like a wartime day. So I always get zeroed, which means they wipe out all my troops. Rather not have that happen. So I'll get around the garden, and then a tunnel to the coop. Make a door to stop them from picking on the plants. So like you're gonna tunnel from the garden to the coop? You're gonna let the chickens in there? I wouldn't let my chickens in my garden. No way. They've gotten in a few times where like somehow there's like a gap in the fence and they get through it. and I'm always like chasing them, trying to catch them, and they're going crazy because they know they're not supposed to be in there, and they just start freaking out as I'm running around having a heart attack after them, and they're having a heart attack running away from me. It's quite funny, actually. Supervision. See, I think I would let the ducks go in my gardens, but like I don't know. My concern with having any animal that has manure in it in the gardens is you're going to get that fresh manure application. It could burn plants, or it'll just like contaminate plants, right? Because if a bird did have salmonella, you're going to get that straight uptake into your plant, or they're just going to get them running around and flapping, and it's going to get on your plant. Unless you really, really wash it, you might get some salmonella. We take all of our manure, compost it down, and put that in the gardens. Or if we're doing a direct manure application according to the USDA, they say it's 120 days before tubers, like anything in the ground, direct contact with the soil. So your potatoes, your carrots, your beets, your turnips, radishes, stuff like that. You need to have manure application 120 days before harvest. And then for above ground, so your kale, collards, lettuces, tomatoes, all that stuff, it is 90 days applied to the soil before harvest. So if you're harvesting, let's say tomatoes will be ready the first week of July, you got to count 90 days back from the 1st of July, whatever that would be. June, May, so like beginning of April, you could do direct manure applications. And that keeps it organic as well. I feel like chickens in a garden is not as good as ducks. The chickens, they'll scratch, they'll pick everything clean. Like my chickens, they'll go on the outside of the garden where the tomatoes are like trellised up against the outer fence, and they'll jump up and they'll pick all the little cherry tomatoes off of it. So realistically, we only have like the inside portion that's good to harvest from. But we moved a few of our tomato rows last year and got better harvests, less chicken stress, chicken predation. But again, we didn't really have our chickens free ranging as much as we wanted to last year as well. There's a lot of bird flu in our area, which is crazy. Let me know if you guys get an ad right now. I'm very curious to see if the insert ads works. And I think you'd only get one if you were on the horizontal feed. Great work for cleanup, fertilizer for the next growing season. Yeah, definitely in the cleanup portion of it. See, our problem with that is like we have all like the rows super, super neat. So I don't want them destroying our walkways because we run 10 to 12-inch walkways and the 3-foot beds. So I know my chickens, they're pain in the butt. I think maybe if I could put the ducks in there and let them out like every day to free range in the garden, they won't do as much damage. They'll just sort of dig holes around, and I could move them. I could make like a little mobile tractor and move them around, probably say October and November, and they hopefully wouldn't do too much damage. I don't know, but I've got so much manure to clean up from their pens alone. I could just take that and dump it right in and call it a day for the winter. We actually did that with a bunch of our corn patch. What did we do? We did rabbit manure, And on top of that, we did the spent hay as well as goat manure and urine for the nitrates. And then we did another quail manure. So we did rabbit manure, quail manure, spent goat hay, more quail manure, more spent goat hay, and we're starting a new patch for the potatoes. We're doing a potato patch this year. I'm gonna try a 10-foot by 10-foot or 12-foot by 12-foot. I'm not sure how big it is. It's big. We should get hopefully, if we do it right, probably a couple 100 pounds of potatoes. Chickens in the orchard again. Ducks would be great in the orchard too. If you want a few ducks, Alyssa, we got them. We got 2 drakes that we don't need. Just let them run around until they get picked off. What's up, West Texas? You haven't missed much, man. Alyssa, how many apples are you guys up to in the orchard? And how are they doing? You think you'll get fruits this year? Because you guys started the year after us, 2023. West Texas, have you found a label maker yet for your quail egg business? 8, hopefully fruit this year. Nice. I'm hoping my row 1 will fruit this year. Let me go check my paper. So let me see, making sure that this is my convenient little map of our orchard. Row 1. Oh, actually, we did all of row 1 in 2022. We did 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in April 22, and then the other 6 were in September of 2022. Going up the rows. So if you're looking from the bottom of our orchard, so like inside of our fence, here's our garden area. Looking up this way, we have a yellow delicious randomly, a random gala, the only gala, random honey crisp, pink lady. So then this row we actually do pink ladies now. So it's rows of pink ladies there, a Jonah Mac, Fuji, and then up here we went Jonathan, Jonah Mac, another Jonathan, because we were sort of like just figuring out how we wanted to place the orchard, and then we sort of got strategic on year 2 and 3. Next to that we went yellow delicious, or golden delicious, golden Dorsets, and then this row is Macintosh, row is Portland. This one is Honeycrisp. A random Portland up there because, like I said, we didn't really know what we were doing. And then we have 2 Alberta peaches and 2 Reliance peaches. This year, I think we're going to get 1 more Reliance peach, or if we could find like, I think it's called the Majestic, or there's another one that I want to get, Sunset or Sunfire or something peach. We're going to do 1 more row and then finish out because we have like a blank space here, right, between this and this. So we're going to do more Honeycrisp, yellow, Honeycrisp, Portland, and Macintosh. And hopefully I can get 1 more or 2 more pink ladies. That's the goal this year. The goal is going to be just probably 7 or 8 more trees just to get the rows going, because I don't want to invest all this money and time of digging them and fertilizing them and pruning them if I'm not going to get fruits. We'll see if row 1 gets fruits because they've been in the ground for 4 years now. We'll hopefully plant more. Cedar rust on one of them. So I think copper gets rid of that. I'm pretty sure. Wife's a local famous artist, so she could design. Oh, that's cool. Oh, do you guys have pears? Nice. Nice. Are you going to? Awesome. Good evening, Payne. How you doing? What are you having for dinner? I'm sure it's good, whatever it is. 5 pears and 5 peaches? That's awesome. What varieties did you get? Sorry if I'm looking down, guys. My The chat box pops up right over here. I should just like get the phone up and just like look at it like this, so I'm sort of looking at you. Payne, what is that emoji thing that you put on there? Enchiladas and rice. That sounds good. The night's going. People are nice and chatty tonight, which is a good thing. I love that. What's going on, Jade? Just want things that do well. Yeah, I hear you. We're the same way, but we do the stunner method. The sheer total utter neglect, or stun method, whatever it's called. I actually forgot that I pulled up some of our raspberries and then moved them over closer to our fire pit area. So hopefully we get a secondary patch of raspberries going. And then if the goats don't escape this year, which they won't because we put up permanent fencing that they're sort of stuck in, they haven't escaped yet, like the electric net. So if the goats aren't escaping and messing up my elderberries, I'll hopefully get an elderberry harvest. 2 pecan trees. Nice. Pomegranate. I'm always cloning. I don't think pomegranate grows up by me. I'd say send me a clone if it does. I feel like pecans would grow up here though. Let me check. Yep, we can grow pecans. How about pomegranate? That'd probably be a no. Oh, it says yes. It has to be a specifically cold hardy one. So they have to be adapted to zone 6A or 6B and 7A. According to the Farmer's Almanac, we've moved up from 6A to 6B, which is bullshit because we hit -10 this year. They're like, oh, you haven't hit -10 in a couple years. Well, maybe that's because the sun cycle has been at its maximum, which means hotter period of time on Earth, right? You have more activity in the sun. It's going to put more radiation down on us, giving us a little bit more heat. Then over the next several years, we're going to go into the sun's dormant phase. It's going to decline in activity, so we're going to be cooler. Technically, I think last year they said we were at the peak, but then it's been ramping up again with sunspots and the solar flares. So we'll see what's going on. Really poor soil. Lose water, get huge harvest. That's awesome. Do you put any nutrients in the soil? I got like 6 or 7 bags of organic all around fertilizer, Whitney Farms. And they had a sale at Walmart. So normally they're like 10 to 12 bucks or 15 bucks a bag. I think we got them for $2.50 each bag. I saw them at like the end of the season. I'm just like, I'm buying all of these. We were bad tonight. We forgot it was Friday and we had chicken. I'm not sure if anyone partakes in Lent and no meat Fridays, but we messed up. We'll just tack on an extra day at the end of Lent. Just water. Well, your water must be full of nutrients. Yeah, I mean, besides that cold snap that you guys got when you were like in the teens, with the polar vortex that came down, it was pretty mild out by you guys, right, man? And it was 80 degrees over by you the other day. I'm like sitting there going, huh, I think we need to move. I know. We cooked the chicken yesterday and we're like, we always do leftover chicken the night after because we have like 6-pound birds. And happens to the best of us. Yeah, I feel like if I was in like even 60-degree weather, I'd be in the t-shirt. That's crazy, West. Pop that up on the screen so everyone knows. My man West Texas works his ass off. Builds character. Yeah, did you guys get snow down there for that storm, or was it just like ice by you? Let me see. Move it and move over a little bit. Trying to figure out where I'm placed. I guess I have to place myself in the middle of the horizontal screen for it to show up on the vertical good. Most I've seen in my life here. That's crazy. I mean, it's not hard to see the most in your life if it's only like a couple inches and it never snows in Texas, right? Oh, I know you guys got dumped on with snow pain. I'm saying with West Texas. I'm not because he worked 26 hours straight during that storm, and I'm thinking that most of the Texas and like Alabama area was getting hit with ice storms. I know you guys got dumped on. My neck needs bee stings so bad. Don't mind me. I'm just playing my video game. Got to get my daily achievements in. Wait, what's up, Blur Knight? Yo, what's up? Welcome, welcome. I love how I could just make those little things pop up on the screen. That's so cool. What's up? What's the thing I put in my mouth? It's a hookah. Don't be stupid like me. Is my time messed up on my computer? No. It's so weird. So on the StreamYard it's showing 0836. So which would be 8 in the morning. But it shows it as PM too, so I don't understand. Maybe it's just how it is. You too, Alyssa. We'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the evening. I have to get more hay. I'm down to 3 bales. Well, technically four, but the fourth one's out in the goat pen. So I have to figure out if I'm going to go to the auction or find somebody local. I'm thinking I need about probably 40 bales to make it to our first cutting for this year. Probably something like that. Do you make a quick salsa or wait until tomorrow? How quick can you make the salsa? Oh, I love the profile picture, by the way, the little piglets. It's awesome. Oh, by the way, Payne, we had one of those kits passed away on us, so we have 8 left, 8 healthy babies on that mama. And then March 19th and March 22nd, we have 2 of our New Zealands that are bred, and that'll be their expected dates. 4 minutes or so with my little blender job. I'd say make the salsa now. If you're gonna have it with enchiladas, you gotta have salsa for that. We have about 10, maybe 10 pints left of salsa that we made. Maybe less than that. Maybe like 8 or 6. I don't know. We haven't gone through too much, but we should start going through more. I'll tell you that. I think we have to have Taco Tuesday nights again. Yeah, 8 is a great number, right? My New Zealand's usually kindle around like 4 to 6 kits each litter. I really think I'm going to ramp up production this year with the rabbits. So my plans, I have so many plans, right? We're expanding the bees. I know we're going to get up to 50 colonies this year. And then the rabbits, I think I'm going to make a grow out pen, and I'm just going to breed them like crazy. Let them breed like rabbits, as they say. And then I'm going to take them to auction, maybe if I can't find buyers for them locally. Right. So the plan is always going to be try to find people that can buy them for 40 to 50 bucks a pop. And if I can't, at least I can bring a shit ton of them to the auction and get rid of them between, usually it's $15 to $20 a rabbit at auction. And then if we can't sell anything, just put them in the freezer. You know, start making pelts. This is a nice one. Trying to get not to green screen is the hard part. It's my little headrest. Headrest on the chair. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I could go to my live. I guess I have to go to thing. I have to view my channel. I'm just going to check out if y'all have been liking the stream. We got 6 likes. That's it, guys. Come on. I know y'all could like it. Yeah, but I figure if I could have my 5 does, 4 New Zealands, 1 Rex. So if I had 5 does, do 6 litters a year, at an average of, let's say, 5 kits per litter. Right, so you have 5 times 5 times 6. I could get 150 rabbits a year, right? And if I average 15 bucks at auction, that's $2,200 at the end of the year. That's a good little chunk of change, and I know it doesn't cost me $2,250 to raise. What do we have? 10 rabbits? 9, 8 rabbits. Definitely doesn't cost me that much money to raise them. Let me see. I'm actually going to pop a picture up. I just have to send it to myself. And once I send it to myself, I have to download it and upload it. It's such a pain. Okay. Picture sent on the phone. And I have to go to the app in the computer to download. And it saves under pictures. Yeah, so here is the bunnies. This was taken today. So they were born 5 days ago. On the 15th, super, super cute. We have a few broken. I think we have 3 brokens. Expand the one part of your homestead. What would it be? Well, the one part that we are expanding and we know we're going to make most of our money with is going to be our honeybees. So, oh, maybe we're just going to hang out like that. That's cool. But is it going to mess up the vertical? Probably. I have to scoot over more this to show up on the vertical. But yeah, the honeybees are definitely our main moneymaker because we figure each colony is an average of $600 profit per year, or not profit. You know how farming goes. You make money and then you spend money. So the bees are definitely going to be what we're going to be expanding, but it's not necessarily on our homestead. It's going to be on other properties that we work with other farmers. I think I'll be able to expand into my 3rd bee yard this year. So I try to get my colonies up to at least 15 to 20 per yard, just so it's worth it. I got 20 hives in one spot. Makes it good. I could spend a day there, go through them if I need to, do treatments, and it's not too overwhelming. And then honey's a solid need. Yeah, everyone loves honey, especially raw local honey. What would I eliminate? The ducks. Goodbye, ducks. Real quick. That's the easiest choice ever. Yeah, I think I would definitely get rid of the ducks. Just because why do I need them, right? Or I would at least downsize them because Jackie's allergic to the duck eggs, right? She can't have the protein in duck eggs. Um, how many duck eggs am I going to eat? I think we have 11 hens, 12 hens. Maybe we have 11 hens and 5 drakes. We don't need 5 drakes, so I could clearly get rid of 3 or 4 of those. Yeah, she can't have gluten. She can't have duck eggs. She can't even have rabbits. Rabbit protein gets her sick too. Are you on the horizontal feed or the vertical feed, Payne? That's so weird. On StreamYard, it shows me the icon for the moderators is still the wrench, and on the YouTube studio for the stream health stuff, it shows me it as the shield. So weird. So weird. Okay, so you can see the kits. I think 2 of the kits are they're broken blue, the otter color. And then one of them is broken black. One black self. I don't think he's an otter or she. And then the rest are blues. We actually have one gray. Don't know where the gray came from, but we have one gray in there. So it's going to be really cool to see what they grow up into. And it's funny. Sabina picked them up the other day without even caring, right? Because I was going through them, counting them, making sure all the bellies were full. And Bean comes up and she scoops one up and she goes, "Oh," and I'm starting to put them back in the nest. And so she puts it back in the nest. She goes, "Where's Skylar's babies?" I go, "Those are Skylar's babies. They just don't look like rabbits." White dilutes black into gray. Oh, interesting. So since Junior is a broken black, he can turn grays. Oh, that's an interesting, cool. Didn't know that about the alleles. I know a little bit about alleles, but not much. Salsa. Rock on salsa. Enchiladas are complete. You do a hot salsa or just like some tomatoes and like onions and stuff and garlic? It's so weird that my live does not it doesn't keep up. So when I switch over to StreamYard, so that's where I'm able to do all the cool banners and stuff, it does not switch over, or it doesn't keep my stream going consistent live on the studio portion, which is stupid. Fresh jalapenos isn't really spicy. Most tomato based. Nice. Our jalapenos that we grew this year were so hot. We have a few jars that we've popped open for my parents. And my dad's like, "Whoa, what's in this? This is spicy." Just jalapenos. We grew the hottest jalapenos this summer. I think it's because we had like a good amount of rain and then like no rain, and we just like neglected the garden and didn't really water it. And the stress made the jalapenos stupid hot. When are you guys able to get your gardens going over there by Upane? Exactly why. Yeah. Yeah. Neglect your hot peppers. They get hotter. Are those the kits from the false pregnancy? No, those are the kits from the second round of breeding. So I made sure she got 3 fall offs, and we got 9 kits total and 8 survivors. Usually like April. Nice. Yeah. Everyone was in a drought. All across the U.S. was in a drought last year, and technically we're still in a drought, but see how it goes this year. Hopefully my hay supplier gets 3 cuts. I'm hoping knock on wood. Um, because last year he had only 2 cuts of hay, and he ran out. I think I got his last like 30 bales in December or January. He had like 200 something, and then like he's like, yeah, I got like 200 left. So I got like 10. A week later, I got like another 10. And then he's like, somebody just came like today, they got like 200. He goes, I got however many left, and I could probably bail up a few more that were like just random bales that broke. So I could bail a few that were like broke or whatever, and got me like another 15 or 20. But it's been a rough year for hay, that's for sure. What's a bale of hay cost out by you, Payne? Curious, because we usually pay we like $6 for first cut, $8 for second cut, and then depending if I get it off the trailer before he puts it up into the hay house or his hay barn, he'll usually give me $1 off, so like $5 or $7. And Payne, I'm not sure if you do any agritourism stuff, but if you have kits like right about now around Easter, I think we're doing it March 29th or something this year, but we do Easter bunny pictures. So we have this cute little Easter setup, and we put a couple of bales of hay down, and families come. They have like 30-minute blocks, charge $20 a family. They bring their cameras or phones or whatever they want to take pictures with. They get to play with bunnies for 30 minutes. And we do, I think we did 10 blocks, 2 days of 10 blocks. So Saturday and Sunday. And it's good $400, it's not bad. And the families come, have fun. And of course, when you have everyone over, you have a little booth set up. So you have like your honey, you have syrups, whatever you make. You have meat if you have meat, eggs, so on and so forth. All your farm products you could just put out, so you could upsell everybody as they come. But if you've got baby kits right now, put a post. Jackie uses, what does she use? Sign Up Genius or something like that. And basically makes it, we put it on our Facebook page. Everyone, we have like 700 or 800 people on there. And everyone that's local comes down, they hang out with us, they meet the farmer, get to meet their food. Meet your meat, everybody. All you gotta do is kill it, cook it, and clean it, or clean it and cook it. Let's see, how many likes did we grow up to? 7 likes. All right. What I like to see. Also, we sold. I think we sold 3 rabbits last year like that too. So instead of getting like $15 for a meat rabbit or $20 for a meat rabbit, we were able to pull $50 per rabbit, which was nice. Oh, by the way, Dolly is going to be getting very soon, any day. Her vulva is nice and puffed up. Her ligaments are absolutely gone, and we're hoping. I haven't seen any discharge yet, but she had a little bit of like, not blood, but like mucky tail, right? The muck butt, little bit. So I'm thinking she might have had discharge. She's one of those does that just wipes it off always with her tail. So we'll see. I'm expecting probably tomorrow we're gonna wake up to kids, or maybe throughout the day. I don't know yet. Same with Libby. She'll pop soon. Awesome. What I really want to do going forward is only get registered goats. So I want a registered blue-eye buck, Nigerian dwarf, and then a registered blue-eyed doe. Just because I want the kids to do 4-H, and if they could show goats, they have to be registered. Stupid. And I'm pretty sure the 4-H or any of those show goats have to be dispudded, which I don't agree with. I have to see if there's like a non-dispudding one, but we'll see. Excited to meet some more kids there. Us too. What's her face is gonna be 1 month in 3 days. On the 23rd, she was born in January, right? 23rd, I think it was something like that. What I'm excited with is to see the colors that Dolly's going to produce. And then Dixie will be next because she's starting to get her bag back a bit. Mocha will be last again. Save the best for last. But we shall see. Dixie throws some cool colors. I think Dolly had a jet black. Was it Dolly that had the jet black one? No, it was Dixie that had the jet black one. But Dolly has some cool patterns when she's been bred before. What I really want is a mini registered Nubian doe. That's what I want to get. But I've heard that Nubians are louder than my Nigerians, so we'll see. We shall see. Messing with the settings, guys. I apologize. I mean, my Nigerian dwarfs are pretty stubborn, so I could deal with stubborn goats. I just see everyone that has a Nubian that's a milking goat. They just hop up on the stanchion and they just start milking, no problems. I don't know if it's they train them when they're young or what, but I don't know. My Nigerian dwarves, you know them. We tie them up like every time. And it would be nice to have that little bit of extra like lift so we could put the bucket down and milk. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, James? How you doing? James, another beekeeper. SFH, what's going on? It's almost bee time. Almost. We need another 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll at least be able to maybe pop open a hive. And I popped one the other day I thought was dead, and they were packed. They were packed full of bees in there. They were just staying clustered. It's interesting. Some colonies will just stay clustered in. You'll see other ones flying, and it's either they come out late or they come out early. But a lot of colonies they'll just hold it. They're good at it. I don't know how they do it. Maybe it's just the genetics, but some of them winter better than others. Other ones take more risk and they fly. How many colonies do you have, James? Right, you do. That is a bee box I'm seeing. Is it in your profile picture? Maybe. Looks like a bee box or something. Let's see. Let's put a picture of Annie up here, or Annie's baby, as she's called. There we go. Had 8, now 2. Damn. Has it been cold for you, or is it just like they just dropped? We were at 21 going into winter. We had 26 in the heat of the summer, but we lost 5 just randomly. And then 21 going into winter. We lost 2 in this yard, so we're 13 out of 15 here. And my other yard at my friend's house or their farm, she was saying that she saw all but 1 flying the other day, so that's 5 out of the 6. So we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we have 17 or 18. I'm thinking probably 4 will make it over there, and I don't think any more will die here. So I'm hoping to have at least 17 coming into spring. I was expecting, like last year, we had 57% survival rate, and we came out of winter. We had 14. We came out with 8. So this year, I'm hoping to be a lot better. And immediately, I'm going to pull graphs, I think, in the last week of March. Graph last week of March. I'm going to drop a bunch of queenless nukes the first week of April. Drop those queen cells right into there and just hope for the best. Or what I might do actually is I'm going to pull the old queen, put them into a nuke, let the mother colony go queenless, drop the queen cells into those, and go from there. I think that'll probably be the best bet. Or I could do half and half. I could just do the walkaways. I used to do walkaways, like just make a nuke up and let them create their own queen. Maybe I'll do that with half this year, and then the other half. But I don't know. I want to be ahead of the game. I want to crush with the bees this year. I'm trying to get up to 50 colonies if we can. That is the goal. The goal is 100 colonies going into winter for 2027. We'll see what we get. But with the survival rate that I'm thinking this year, I think we're going to be well ahead of the game, and I think we're going to get up to like 50 to 60 this year, which means I'm going to be putting down like $6,000 expanding. Starved, absconded, all 3 contributed. Damn. Did you have high mite loads going into winter? I had 1 nuke, a single. If you look right there, there's that little piece that's poking out of the snow. That's a double nuke, and then next to it, that hump of snow was a single nuke. I did wind up unburying them, at least their entrance. but they'd starved out. I guess they got too cold and too much of the cluster dropped, and then they were starved out with a honey rainbow all around them, but they were all sticking their butts out of the cells. I cleaned that up the other day. That was the second one that we lost. And honestly, the first one that we lost, we were expecting to lose because it was weak colony all year long. I should have requeened, but I just had too much stuff going on. My buddy's sending a meme. I guess it's a meme, whatever. It's one of those, you know how the weather guys are always wrong. So he sends a weather update. Weather. You can't even see that, right? Because the green screen. Snow possible anywhere from 0 to 145 inches, maybe. Could start at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 o'clock. Maybe today, maybe not. Possibly none. Last year, 1 out of 12 made it? What the hell? Are you treating? Do you do treatmentless? There's got to be something going on. How do you overwinter? Do you go single deep, double deep? They have enough honey on them before you seal them up? There's so many factors, right? Like I don't insulate any of my hives, and that's just personal preference. I don't want the moisture to get them. I've heard good things and bad things with insulating. We're not too cold up where I'm at, but I don't know. I usually aim to have my hives sitting around like 80 to 90 pounds for my double deeps, and they make it through winter just great. And I make sure my treatments are in. I do oxalic acid. We did chemical. We did Apivar, right? The Amatraz stuff. Our second year beekeeping. First year we went treatmentless, which was stupid. Second year I did chemical with the Amatraz on 2 out of the 3 colonies. All 3 made it my second year. And then we got up to 16 on our third year. And I did oxalic that year. So I switched over everything to oxalic. And I started taking like the commercial approach where if one colony has mites, they all have mites. Treat them all. And that year we went into winter with 14, came out with 8, but I didn't get my treatments in until about October. I think it was October 10th. It was late in the year, so that they already had their winter bees. They already had problems from the mites, that if there was mites in there. This year, I think it was September 10th, I think I did my first treatment, and then September 18th was my second. So I did 2 treatments of OA. This year, what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to give them one blast, I think in March. First like 50 to 60 degree day, I'm gonna blast them with OA. And then I'll probably do a second treatment, just one, in July once we pull our honey supers, even though it's safe with honey supers. I'll just do it after we pull them. And then I'll do my normal 2 going into winter. I'll see if that makes any better survival rate. But right now we're running at like 85 or 87% survival, which is great. Got 3 more weeks until the blooms start with the maples, so it should be good. Knock on wood. How many years have you been keeping? It's so funny. This picture of Annie's baby is like the second or third day she was alive. She is a fat little fluff ball now. She's literally so fluffy she looks like a lamb. Fed too late. Open feed, too much moisture. This year, not enough feed. 2019. Okay, so 7 years. 7 years beekeeping. Nice. This will be 2, 23, 24, 25. So this will be my 5th year. I'm a 5th year beekeeper this year. It's crazy saying that. But I've been researching bees since probably 2014, 2015. I came across Cayman Reynolds um, thing and also David Burns back in 2014, 2015. And I was just like, I was hooked. I saw them working bees and like just the veil, and I'm like, oh, I could do this. This looks great. I like honey. And also like the fact of, bees are dying and we need bees for food. And without them, without the beekeepers, man, oof, we'd be hurting. I have a crazy goal for 2029 or 2030. I want to try to build up enough where I could send 200 to 300 hives out to California for the almond pollination. Just because I feel like, one, that's a really good paycheck, and two, how cool would it be to send hives over there for that? And my crazy plan with that is going to be breaking off nukes in like June or July, feeding the hell out of them to build them into double deeps. Just going to keep feed on them all summer into like September. And then I'm going to have a holding yard. Because if I have 200 colonies, I need to figure out where to put them. But if I had a yard with all the feed on them where they don't need to worry about forage or fighting with one another, I think I could do it. So build up nukes, and in 3 months have them built out to double deeps, because it would be in the dearth. So if I give them a 1-to-1 or a light syrup, they'll just draw all day long. And then figure out the logistics. And I need to find a broker. I'm going to start talking to brokers now, I think, and plan for the future to see exactly what it entails. Because I think in my area, there's like a spot in like the central or southern part of the state that has like holding yards where you bring your bees down there, and then somebody comes, picks them up with big trucks, takes them out to the groves. I just like to get to 20 and stay there. So I always like find it like weird. Like, so like I thought like, I'm like, yeah, I'll get to 100, right? And then like 100 seems like good. I'll be able to make a living on 100 colonies because I'll be doing pollen, I'll be doing wax, I'll be doing honey. I might be doing pollination services like small time with like a couple of like local organic orchards. But 100 colonies, just the honey alone, I could definitely make a good living. But then I think about staying there. So like if you were to have 50% loss and then break nukes off in the beginning of the year, you have a back up to 100, no problem, right? Good to go. You have your old comb, you've got all the resources. And then usually for me, right, we can break off nukes first week of April-ish, maybe second week of April. But then you'll have swarms, right? My bees, if I break off a heavy nuke first week of April, they're still gonna swarm like the first or second week of March. So if I don't catch that swarm and expand my colonies, I'm losing bees, right? The bees hit the trees and they're gone. Or I could keep putting money into it, like an idiot, I guess I am, but it's okay. Us beekeepers are a special breed. Put more money into it to expand and keep the bees, and then just keep going, right? Because if you have an 80% or 85% survival, now you can turn that 80 colonies into 160. Otherwise, they're hitting the trees. I mean, I don't mind if they hit the trees and get into somebody's house because they're usually calling me in my area to come remove them. But I have like a rule, like if somebody calls me within a mile of my place, my properties where I'm keeping bees, I usually give them a discount. I don't charge $120 an hour. I charge like $50 an hour because I know they're mine. But yeah, it's just something to think about. I don't know. I love the idea of like I just want to stay at this many colonies, but with bees and how they reproduce, there's no way. You have to keep growing, or just not care and just let the bees fly. I mean, my mentor, he was saying like he's at 500, but he usually is around a 50% loss every year. And so he could just break off nukes, build them right back up to where they need to be. And he has all that gear, so he's not investing anymore. He keeps it. But I've also been at his property before, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you want a swarm, Mike?" And he points like 30 feet up into a pine tree. He goes, "It's right there." And I go, "Bring the shotgun out. We'll shoot it down." He's done chasing him. He's like, "I was mowing the other day, and I looked up and I saw the cloud, and I'm just like waving at him. See ya." But yeah, just with how the bees reproduce, I mean, you just let them fly, but then you're losing out on honey production. That's my problem, right? So you could keep 20, let 20 swarm out. Once they leave, they're not mine. I don't know. I think we had, so I broke off my swarms, or not my swarms. I broke off my nukes last year, in April, and by May they were hitting the trees. I think I had 6 or 7 colonies swarm on my property that I saw, right? Because I'm always around. So I had like 6 or 7 swarm, and I didn't catch, I think maybe 8 swarms, and I didn't catch 2. So I got 6 of my own swarms, and it's great when you're expanding. You kept keeping your own genetics. That's pretty awesome. And I know about a mile south of me, there's another apiary, in this area. So I have those genetics, right? So when the drones are going up to their congregating areas, I'm getting extra genetics from them. I'm trying to think about maybe 3 or 4 miles north of me. There's a couple more colonies, but I don't know. I don't know if it's close enough where they'll meet up in that area for that genetic lineup. But making our bees mutts, right? But mutts are some of the best bees, in my opinion. We started with Italian genetics, and then we're just growing from there. And then also, I think I had 10 extractions last year, something like that. And with that, you don't know what you're getting. It could be Russians, it could be Italians, it could be Carniolans or Saskatraz, it could be anything. It could be another mutt. But that also adds diversity into my lineups. My thing is I need to figure out what bees are doing the best and which genetics I want to graft from. Do I have a grafting tool around here? I don't think so. I think I brought it to the shed. But I've got the nope, there it is, in the pen holder. The Chinese grafting tools. Oh, hold it wrong. Sorry, I had that pop off. I just broke it. Okay, that's why they're Chinese. Shit. Here's the one piece. I'll find that spring later, maybe. Maybe I won't. I don't even know. Gotta love lives, right? I didn't think that was going to happen. That was crazy. I guess I could just hold it as I dip in there and just slide it out. Man, that's interesting. I didn't think that was going to fly off as it did. Well, things happen. That's really weird. Huh. It's like this doesn't even fit in here anymore. It's just like loose. Normally they're not loose like that. Oh well. Oh, can't see for beans. I mean, you could always hire someone that wants to pull the grass for you. Or get the readers on, you know? Let's see. I'm going to pull a picture of some bees. Let's drop this image up. There we go. Tell me what you see wrong with this little cluster of bees here. I guess if you can't see, it might be hard. I'm sorry. Sorry, James. I didn't mean to. But it should be pretty evident. Maybe. Maybe it's not. Low income can't afford to put out money. Yeah, you see the mite on the drone, right? Yeah, I mean, I can't really afford to put out money either, but if I'm making money back, that is that's where I'll reinvest it. I'll live a little bit tighter. I'll do what I have to get by, work odd jobs if I need to, and then I think by this year my projections are pretty good. I should make a nice low income salary, hopefully, after expenses are paid. But then next year, if everything goes expected, next year I should be able to pull hopefully 50K. That's the goal for 2027 is 50,000, and then by 2028, 2029, it should grow pretty quickly. But it might not grow as quick as I think, especially if I'm going to have to start wholesaling some products, right? So if I have to wholesale, I'll lose a little bit of income, but I'll make less sales, right? So it'll be less work. Take buckets, take whatever, mass amounts of jars, whatever it is. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But we're building the bee business, and building any business is not cheap, unfortunately. But it's going to be interesting when it comes time if I actually hit my goal to get to California to pollinate. I mean, yes, that'll be a good check. If I could send 400 colonies there eventually, that's $80,000. If they pay you on the high end, it's 80K. If they pay you on the low end, say 400 times 160, so 64,000 to $80,000 if they pay you $200 per box, right? And you send 400 of them. So if you had an $80,000 payday for 6 weeks, and let's say it's 10 grand to ship it there, ship it back, right? $5,000 each way, let's just say. You have, let's say you had to pay somebody or two people for 6 weeks of time, and let's say you paid them $1,000 a week, so that's another 12,000, right? So let's just minus 12 for shipping, and another 12 for labor. You're looking at $56,000 income generated in the first 6 weeks or not 6 weeks of the year, but the first 6 weeks of the season for bees. And if you can get other contracts and go down to New Mexico or like that area or Texas and start pollinating melons, you get, it's like $80 a colony, but you could basically bounce and come through the Southwest or the Southeast going that way and then back up to where I am. I'm going to Skidway, Michigan. I'm over in the tri-state area. So, I mean, you could send pollinating contracts all throughout. You just got to get in contact with the brokers and then get all that logistics figured out. Or you just ship them out to Cali and then have them shipped back. And then it's just picking them up from the central of the state, south of the state, figuring it out. But with a $56,000 paycheck, let's just say it's 50,000. If they paid you the top end, 200 a colony, and you get 50 grand back, you get 30,000 of expenses. That's pretty sick. Yeah, so Michigan could be cold up there, right? Probably it was colder than here. Maybe that's what did you bees in. Do you wrap your hives or insulate your hives at all? But if I had that many colonies, I'm assuming so. Like if I can send 400, that's what I'm thinking. I'm aiming for 200, right, by 2029, 2030. So if I could break off 200 nukes, build those nukes out by like September, October, I would say try insulating, or go find BeFit Beekeeping is her name, Emily. She's another YouTuber, and I think she's up in Michigan area. I think she's Lower Peninsula though. I don't think she's the UP. Um, and I'm not sure if she even has things on how she winters. I think she just winters them, just straight up like me. But basically, if I can get 200 colonies, break off those nukes, build them up, send them, say it's $40,000. So my mentor says the same thing. You don't see people wrapping the trees for the bees' hives up in there. It's so funny. Make me laugh. So I asked my mentor, I'm like, so I've heard good and bad about insulating or wrapping. And he goes, you see the trees? He goes, you see anyone wrap those in the wintertime? I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm like, you talking about wild colonies? He goes, yeah. He goes, they survive just fine. I feel like a tree has a little bit more insulation because I did a cutout, and there was at least 5 or 6 inches of tree before it hit the hollow, and that's got to be insulating, you know. But who knows? Maybe there's hollows that are a lot less insulated. Do I have any more bee pictures in here? Is the question. Yeah, let's put this image in there. This one. And this one. All right, so this was one of the cutouts that I did. The first one of the years. It was like March 13th, I think, is when I did this last year. And look at how big this comb was. Mind the picture. It was a still grab from an iPhone to an Android video, but this comb was probably head to toe, like 5 feet almost. It was massive, 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 massive. Here you go. Look at that honeycomb. The sheets were like, they were almost like the bigger sheets were like the full span 16-inch stud to stud. I think it's to date the biggest colony I've ever extracted. It was huge. All right, y'all. Well, it's 9:30. I gotta feed the rabbits and check on the little babies and see if our goat has kidded yet or started to. I don't want to leave her hanging if she needs us. But thank you everybody for hanging out and watching with us. If you could all do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button real quick before we go, be super appreciative of that. But anyway, y'all, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys catch us next Friday. We'll be here again for episode 6 of the Only Farmers. And anyone who wants to come in, feel free to do it. Just click that link, go to StreamYard, and you jump right in here. So wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Enjoy the day or night. We love you. Tell your family you love them. And we'll catch you all on the next one, guys. And we shall be live probably tomorrow morning around 10 to 11 Eastern time. So y'all have a good night. And maybe we'll have some baby goats on the stream tomorrow. So we'll see. All right, y'all. Take care.